Okay. Is to lend physical support to the gentleman we've come to receive. But before I go into that, I want to thank Governor Autumn for the support he has always availed us in the South. Support based not on sentiments, but on truth. A lot has been said this evening. He is an embattled governor. More often than not, you hear him talking about the injustice that is meted out to the people of this state. Injustice that is incomprehensible. But he's standing firm. So I like to refer to him as a warrior governor. Governor Wike is also of the same class. He's a warrior governor. And he stands firm for truth. What has endeared me to him, and both of them indeed, is regardless of whether you believe or accept what they're saying, you know where they stand. And that's very important. And it's a rarity in our politics today. We sway from one side to the other. Look at what is happening. I'll be specific. Let's take the four leading contestants from the northern part of our country in the PDP. These are the four gentlemen that moved across to APC and produced Buhari. Then come back and still want the ticket. But also let me focus on Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar has been contesting the presidency since 1992. Indeed, there is really no election since 1992 that he has not participated in. He ran against Abiola. In 1999, he ran, first as governor, then as vice president. In 2003, he picked a form. And that was the crisis, that was what led to the crisis between him and Obasanjo. 2007, he ran, I think he ran on AD or so. 11, he ran, came back to PDP, right? He ran, was it 11? He ran in 11 against Jonathan. 15, he ran. 19, he ran. 23, he wants to run. Now only you did. A time comes when you look at it and say, it's enough. Let me be a kingmaker rather than this king. Because when people tell me that they heard from God, I've never heard from God. But you see signs of where he wants you to go. And if you keep on doing one thing or the same thing over and over again and it's not happening, then God is not with you. Leave this Abraham Lincoln story that he ran many times before he got it. He ran only 2 times and he got it. Right? So it's becoming ridiculous. And again, and this is why I respect people who say the truth. Look, we all want the same thing. What the North wants is not different from what the South wants, right? But we all want a sense of belonging. That is the commonality between us. How do you justify, or how do we justify to our children that after 8 years of Northern leadership, we go back and have another 8 years? Ordinarily, I'm not a proponent of zoning and stuff like that, but I'm a proponent of equity. And that takes, to me, precedence to zoning. But even beyond that, our country is in a very desperate situation today. And you need a leader that is formidable, a leader that can make things right. Not the pandering that goes on here today. What we have in Nigeria is a very disgraceful leadership. I spoke to a president of one of the West African countries, and he said to me that the problem with West Africa, and indeed the problem with Africa, is that Nigeria is nowhere to be found. This is the general sentiment. Nigeria is nowhere to be found. We're fifth the population of the continent. We are by far the most outstanding nation of the continent. But when they look, there's just nobody. And so Whether you like Governor Wike's presentation, as he says, whether you like the way he sees it, cut the chase. Go to the crux of the matter. Is he speaking the truth? I've had calls once or twice to say, calm down. He'll tell me, I'm not going to calm down. I say, calm down. You know? He says he won't. But you see, you can never, at least from my point of view, you cannot disregard the truth in what he says. He's outspoken. But this is not the time to be quiet. He's firm. This is not the time to pander. He's resolute. This is the time to stand firm, because too much nonsense has gone on in this country. If we don't get it right in 23, my brothers and sisters, forget this country. If we don't get it right in 23, forget this country. The Americans thought we would collapse by 11 or 14 or 15. They thought so. And they did their work. In a lot of instances, we have collapsed. Tell me one sector in Nigeria that is working. The American Secretary of State for Africa said to me, we don't have trade with Nigeria. We hardly buy any oil from you. Our only interest in Nigeria is to keep you together, because you guys are like a dam. If you burst, you flood all the West and Central Africa. So just keep you together. That's the interest of the Americans. That's a disgraceful thing to say about us. So my friends, I'm here because I want to put my foot forward, put my face forward, put myself forward, that there's someone I believe in, someone I know that speaks the truth, and not the convenient truth, but the real truth. So again, I urge all of us, let's stand resolute. We're all in a desperate situation, all of us, you know, and even the people from the north are even far more desperate than we are, but they're colorblind.